This morning it will be slightly more formal and thought-provoking. Before we start, let me once again acknowledge the presence of our friends from the NTUC. And also our many hardworking journalists. 辛苦你们了. The journalists will be with us until after the speech by Secgen. Before we start, can I ask all of you to rise and join us in reciting the party pledge? Please repeat after me. We, the members of the PAP, pledge ourselves to build a strong, united party, to create a vibrant, just, and equal society, through achieving excellence by all, so that every citizen, regardless of race, language, or religion, can enjoy a full and happy life. Thank you. Comrades, in the last 7 months, we have had extensive consultations with you on what we should do for the next general election. As I said last night, there is a consensus that we have entered a new phase. GE 2011 reflects some permanent changes in our political landscape. There is a generational change with different expectations and aspirations in a more diverse society. The GE results reflected 4 underlying trends. Very briefly, first, while the majority of Singaporeans want a PAP government, there is also a stronger mood for more opposition voices in Parliament. Secondly, our society has become more politicized, and this has energized the opposition. Opposition parties entered GE 2011 with better qualified candidates. Third, there are more young voters who are influenced not just by what they read on the internet, but also by a certain mood for political change. Fourth, people are easily connected in the digital age. Unfortunately, anti-establishment stuff on the internet and negative sentiments also spill over into the physical world. Besides these 4 underlying factors, there were specific issues that also affected the GE outcome. Let me just briefly highlight 3 examples. First, some government policies did not work out as well as intended, as in housing, immigration, transport, and cost of living. We tried, but could not fully resolve these problems in time. Second, as a responsible party, we have to sometimes implement unpopular policies with little room for flexibility. This has led to criticism that we want our people to fit into our policies rather than have policies serve the people. This creates a perception that the PAP has become disconnected from the people. Third, our campaign processes could be better coordinated. In some branches, our campaign strategy on physical development did not gain good traction with their voters. At the national level, despite steering the economy out of the deepest recession since independence, we were less effective in getting political mileage out of it. Going forward, the key political challenge will be one of more intense competition. And the competition is also asymmetric. As the governing party, we care for the whole population, and we have to implement long-term rational policies. But for the opposition, they merely criticize, advocate populist policies, and appeal to emotions. They conveniently shy away from stating their position on difficult trade-offs which the government has to make. Beyond developing specific policies, we must counter the perception that the government is not listening and that it has neglected ordinary Singaporeans. This is simply not true. We must turn around the negative sentiments and do better in communication to present our policies in a way that resonates with the people. To do so, we must adjust our style to make stronger emotional connection with the people. In particular, we must connect with the young, engage them, feel their aspirations, and work with them as one Team Singapore to advance the cause of Singapore. To achieve this, we must evolve our policies, our politics, and make sure that it remains constructive and continues to put Singaporeans first. Our party and our policies must evolve with it to reflect the new political realities. At the district level, we have discussed the key strategies in great details. Today, let me just outline them briefly. I have grouped them under 4 strategic themes. First, get substance of policies right. The PAP underpins the Singapore story. The objective of the PAP is to serve Singapore and to advance the interests of Singaporeans. Our core values comprise honesty, meritocracy, multiracialism, and self-reliance. These beliefs and values distinguish the PAP from the other political parties. Adhering to these values, we have led Singapore through numerous crises and difficulties. These fundamentals must never change. GE 2011 exposed some policy shortcomings. We are correcting them. But beyond the hot-button issues, we are relooking all our policies. We will do more, not just to look after the elderly and the lower income, but also to provide opportunities for the middle income. We will make sure our policies make a tangible difference in the lives of Singaporeans. For us to deliver a good report card in 5 years' time, and then to be able to say to voters, we heard you, we make changes, and we improve your lives. Second, communicate and connect. We must respond to Singaporeans' desire for greater engagement. Our approach to governance must evolve to value diversity and respond to Singaporeans' desire for greater participation. We must not govern by referendum or opinion polls, but there is scope for more active consultation. We will overhaul our external engagement and outreach strategy. We have to be active in listening, as well as in putting out our messages and in countering mistaken views and disinformation. At the party branches, our MPs are the keynotes for party communication and engagement. It is especially important for our MPs to connect at an emotional level, forging close bonds, earning their trust and their confidence. Together with our activists, MPs present the human face of the PAP, and it must be one of compassion, dedication, sincerity, and honesty. MPs should make full use of online media and together with our activists build up an effective online community. We have to scale up, get smarter, and more proactive online. Ministers, in turn, must pay close attention to the political presentation and communication of our policies so that Singaporeans can see that what we are doing as being for improving their lives. We must not turn populist, but we must work harder to build political support for hard policies. Besides external engagement, we must intensify internal engagement within the party. We must have a strong common cause to galvanize our party activists and also to inspire potential members. We also need to invest in training our activists on good service culture so that all touch points with residents will turn out well. There must also be regular sessions for party members to be briefed on policies. We will revamp the party school for this purpose. Third, strengthen the party organization. We will enhance the party machinery in headquarters and beef up its capabilities. We will step up membership recruitment and widen our party base. We will press on with leadership renewal, but we will start the recruitment earlier and strive harder to widen our search process. We will sharpen our campaign message to resonate emotionally with Singaporeans. We will refresh our political narrative to inspire a new generation who desires something beyond material success. Our new narrative must re-emphasize our roots and our traditional values. We are a people's party. We serve the long-term interests of all Singaporeans. We are an action party. We never flinch from hard options when necessary, and we deliver on our promises. We are a party of strong values. We stand for a fair and just society, and we fight for our convictions. These fundamentals should be preserved and reinforced. Fourth, we will continue to work the ground, to win hearts and minds. Build up the support and loyalty that comes only through hard work. Care for your residents. Show that you have their welfare at heart. This applies to all the 87 branches, including Aokang and Aljunied. Comrades, against a stronger mood for more opposition, we won with 60% of the votes. We have a strong mandate to govern for the next 5 years. We have a comprehensive 5-year program as set out in our party manifesto, and we are implementing the program as we promised. Today, our society has changed, but our vulnerabilities as a tiny country in a troubling region have not changed. Strong political leadership remains critical. More important than ever, we need capable, honest, committed leaders who are able to convince and rally Singaporeans to co-create a better Singapore. The PAP is not perfect, and we do have many areas to improve. Let us learn from GE 2011 and forge a new unity with Singaporeans, both young and old. Let us reinvent ourselves and reconnect with and do more for our people. That way, we can secure an even brighter future for Singapore and Singaporeans. Thank you.